What's going on, guys? Eric with Thewiscoguyz today, and in today's video we're going to be working on Big Chev. If you haven't seen the videos, definitely watch them. We got Big Chev here, 02 Chevy Silverado. I'm going to finally do an oil change on this thing. Since I bought it, I have not done an oil change, but I've only put like 200 miles on it. So the sticker in the truck indicates that it hasn't been changed since 2020, but the mileage says it's due at 128. This truck's only got 125,000 miles on it, so we're well before the mileage, but the oil itself has not been changed in over 2 years, probably 2.5 years. So we're gonna change the oil on Big Chev. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So let's start off. Let's get the hood popped. I don't know why I shut the door again, but I'm gonna pop the hood. So in this truck is the 6-liter gas Chevrolet LQ4 iron block. I think it's iron heads too. I can't remember on the LQ4, was I'm pretty sure, but so we're gonna change oil on this. Now is a good time to check your air filter, check your coolant level, check your brake reservoir, and your power steering fluid. I like to check all of that just to make sure your fluids are there, and that's there, so that's good. What I first like to do after all that's checked is I like to take the oil cap off, the oil fill cap. I like to set it right in the latch there, so I don't forget to put that back on. You will see on a factory cap what weight oil this takes, so keep that in mind. This truck takes 5W30. Next thing I like to do is I like to check the oil level before I even start. What you want to do, and I got roasted in many videos, make sure the truck is level, on a level ground, and then check your oil level. Alrighty, so your oil dipstick is the yellow handle here, and we're just going to check the oil level. I usually like to wipe it off and then put it back in and then check that level, because after the engine runs a little bit, it splashes up. So here, as we can see, it's like at the first indicator there, the little circle, so not bad. It's a little, still somewhat fresh. I'm sure I could run it for another 1,000 miles, but since I haven't changed the oil on this thing, it hasn't been changed in 2 years, it's a good time to change it. So now that I got the oil lever checked, all the fluids are checked, I'm going to lift this up in the air. Now at this point, if you're doing this in your driveway, you may be able to crawl underneath with a simple drain pan bucket and just crawl underneath, but for filming purposes I'm going to use the lift. So I'm going to get this lifted up, and then we're going to see underneath where everything is that you need to look for changing the oil, drain plug, and oil filter. So let me get this lifted up, and then we'll get underneath and take a look. Alright, so now that we're under here, we're gaining access to the oil filter and the oil drain plug there. So we're gonna start changing this oil. So I got the oil bucket in place. If you're doing this on the ground, make sure you got your drain pan underneath. It's probably gonna hit this exhaust here. At least on this 6.0, it's gonna hit right here. Alright, so this is pretty much gonna be the same for 6.0, 4.8, and 5.3. So we're gonna loosen this drain plug, and someone put it on there really tight. I don't know why you would ever tighten a drain plug that tight. So we're gonna get that drain plug out. We're gonna let this drain. So we're gonna let that do its thing, and then we'll move on to the filter. Alrighty, so now we're gonna work on, since the oil drain It's draining. Oh, that wasn't very tight at all. That was like the loosest oil filter I've ever seen. Okay. Well, I don't know if you ever wanted that loose, but yeah. So loosen your oil filter. It'll drain out a little bit. I'll just let that do its thing. And we'll just wait a little bit. That was really loose. That was like alarmingly loose. Almost too loose. But good thing we're changing it. Like, I was like finger tight. Not good. All right, now that it drained out a little bit, we can get some more rounds on her. Just make sure you don't drop it. And we just pour that right into there. And I'm gonna go get my hand cleaned up. Got my oil filter here. Got a Wix oil filter. Picked this up at O'Reilly's. A 5.1.5.2.2. About the same size as the one I took off there. And what I like to do is also what you can do. I like to lube up the seal. A little oil. And we go to put it back on. All right, we're just gonna hand tighten that. Okay, that should be good. Alrighty, we're gonna grab our drain plug. We're gonna stick that back in there. Get that tightened back up. You don't need to tighten this too tight. Just snug. There, that's it. That's all it needed. Alright, so we're going to take a little brake cleaner, clean off some of the excess oil here. So now the oil is drained. So let's let this back down and we will get it filled with oil. Alrighty. So I got 6 quarts here. Well, it's going to be 6 quarts. That's 5 quarts, but I couldn't fit 6 in there. But this takes 6 quarts of 5W30. Pretty much the 4.8, the 5.3, and the 6.0 take 6 quarts of 5W30. So this is like a Motorcraft synthetic blend that we have in bulk here at the dealership. So we're going to pour that into there. All right, we got the last quart here for a total of 6 quarts. Alrighty. So now we take our oil cap that we left there and we put that back on. Perfect. So the next step is get it started, and then we're going to check for leaks. We're all good. Alright, so now we're going to check the dipstick again, and we're going to wipe it off, put it back in, and we are in the marks. So we're good there. Alrighty, so what I like to do is do a cap slap, make sure all the caps are tight and everything's good. So everything's good. We shut the hood and this thing is done. Alright guys, that's pretty much it on how to change oil on a GMT 800 or Chevy Silverado GMC Sierra 3/4 ton gas or half ton, of course, gas V8s. So if this video helped you, definitely hit the like button. If you want to keep up with the build on this truck or what we're doing, everything, we got a whole video series on it, so check that out, and definitely smash that subscribe button. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Definitely check everything out on the channel. and comment below if this video helped you too. Alrighty guys, you have a good day or night or whatever you're having. Thanks guys, bye.